In 2066, fast is boring. You need to be fast and preferably do some sort of death-defying stunt in order to appease the crowd. In Kart Racer, the object of the game is to earn the most fame, which you can do by coming in first in the race, performing stunts, or just in general, tricking out your car. Treat the track cards here as the median of the course. You will be racing your car around the outside, row by row, up one side and back down the other. The side-to-side position of your car usually doesn't matter, just the vertical position, row to row. When you reach the end of a column, the next row forward is the one around the corner. Sharp corners at high speeds are dangerous, and to represent that, you will have to discard a card from either your hand or from your fuel deck when you go around a corner. On your turn, you will be playing cards from your hand, as many as you like. At the end of your turn, you will always do 4 things. 1. Take any one track card from the row where your car ends up. 2. Draw 1 card from the top of your fuel deck. 3. Check to make sure you are not over your hand limit. If you have more than 6 suited cards in your hand, you must discard down to 6. You can have any number of upgrade or overdrive cards in your hand. And lastly, 4. Take any cards you played this turn, or discarded to perform stunts, we'll go over that later, and put them into your discard pile. These steps are mandatory. If you need to draw from your fuel deck, and you can't because it's empty, you will take a penalty, which is worth -10 fame at the end of the game. The other way to incur a penalty is if you are ever 15 or more rows behind another car, so be careful not to run out of fuel, and don't fall too far behind. In a 2-player game, missing cards from the track will get replenished when the lead car finishes a lap, i.e. crossing the start line again. When the lead car completes a second lap, the game will end at the end of the current round. A round consists of every player, starting with the start player, taking a turn. At the end of a 2-player game, the car furthest ahead will score 6 fame. Ties are broken by player order. Besides upgrades, which we'll talk about in a second, there are 4 suits of cards which you can play. Speed cards. All cars have a base move of 1, which means they move 1 row forward on their turn by default, and you may play cards before or after your base move. When you play a speed card, move forward a number of rows equal to what's depicted on the card. Here, the yellow player moves 1 for their base move and then plays a 2 speed to move 2 more. Refuel cards. When you play a refuel card, it goes out of the game to the junkyard. Take the corresponding number of cards off the top of your discard pile. Select 1 to put on the top of your fuel deck, and put the remainder on the bottom of your fuel deck in any order. It should be noted that cards, when played, typically go to your play area, and are only discarded at the end of your turn. As such, you can't refuel cards you played this turn, because they aren't technically in your discard pile yet. Batteries. Batteries are played face up at the top of your play area, and remain there for the rest of the game. These create a slot that can house an upgrade card. To play an upgrade, you must have an available slot, and then you must pay the upgrade's cost. To do so, discard the suited cards depicted in the upper left-hand corner of the upgrade card. Note, the value of the cards does not matter, just the suits. You may play down as many battery slots as you wish on your turn, and you may fill them with upgrades now or wait till later. You get a small amount of bonus fame at the end of the game if you manage to play several of your upgrades. 1 fame for your 3rd upgrade, 2 fame for your 4th, and 3 fame for your 5th. Fame cards. This is how you will score the majority of your points in the game. In order to play a fame card, you must first declare to the crowd which stunt you are going to perform next. Flip your stunt anticipation card to its A or B side, depending if you intend to perform the Hoop of Fire or the car jump next. Fame cards are played directly on your stunt anticipation card, and they must be played in ascending order. You can skip numbers, but you can't repeat them. So, you could start with a 2 followed by a 3, but you can't play a 3 followed by a 2, or 2 3s. Playing cards here represents you building up the crowd's anticipation. When you reach the start ramp of your declared stunt, if you perform the stunt, you will score those fame cards, moving them to your score pile face down. If you fail to perform the stunt, you will let the crowd down, in which case you will discard those fame cards. To perform a stunt, discard the cards depicted on it. Much like upgrades, the values of the cards depicted doesn't matter, just the suits. So, to perform the Hoop of Fire, you just need to discard 3 refuel cards of any value. Move your car to the end ramp of the stunt, score your fame cards, and take an overdrive card as a reward, depicted on the stunt as a reminder. Overdrive cards can be used in place of any suit when paying for an upgrade. At the end of the game, you will total your fame cards in your score pile, your bonus fame for upgrades, and your bonus fame from placing first in the race, minus any penalties. The person with the most fame is the winner.